clear. West Coast Cerny. South Central Pathfinder, Skid Row's finest. Young Soul.
We say we love our children, but then we abuse them. We traffic them, we don't feed them, and we do some really harsh and horrible things to them. We say mean things, so we hurt their soul, their development. So we're not just physically abusing them, but emotionally and mentally and spiritually.
My dad, who was diagnosed bipolar, he would actually get violent during some of his episodes. So it wasn't really safe to stay by ourselves with him. So that was actually my first time becoming homeless. The smells, the smoke, different types of smoke, the food, like plates of food discarded in the streets, feces, rats, well-fed rats.
I get whatever I need from Skid Row, from a fucking single cigarette to a shot of whiskey. So imagine what drugs I can get. Hookers, trends, you get whatever you want in Skid Row.
We also had a cat. See, cats, they're really good like at night, cause like rats, they'll start coming in the tent and stuff, start eating some stuff. So our cats would like help out.
A lot of women come down here to escape. They would rather live on Skid Row than to go through the abuse that they've been going through.
Doctors couldn't figure out what was going on with me. So I had everything from body aches to just no energy, and I just couldn't work anymore.
I had a episode that lasted 2 weeks. So it was drug-induced psychosis. And that's the first time I had ever heard anything about mental health. When I was homeless and separated from my children those 14 years, I learned a lot. I share now my story in hopes that it would help somebody in some way realize that the battle is fightable.
I was in drugs and homelessness for about 30 years. So when I decided to clean myself up and everything, it happened when I was going in and out of prison. When I was out there doing drugs and homelessness, I felt free.
Where is the love? There should not be this many homeless people out here in Los Angeles, California. This is the richest state in the nation.
Sometimes the systems that are in place actually are obstacles to getting the job done, the system, and then it's hard to replace it with a better system.
Homeless students that were struggling just to attend school, and I think in this country we have a lot of challenges about poverty and access to education, access to health care, access to stable, affordable housing. Those are major issues.
Patient dumping, again, is if somebody doesn't have anywhere to go, they will have a one-way ticket to Skid Row, and then they just have to figure it out once they get here.
Many of our patients are getting cleaned up and moving up 10 times every few days, so they're not able to set up in one area. So it's very, very difficult for patients. They're always losing their medications, and they're always losing their IDs.
It's a society that's often blames the victim. Why was she there?
I cover all of the county. There's always a sense of this NIMBY mindedness, which is the not in my backyard.
LAPD is the world's best police department. Oh, but Los Angeles Poverty Department is the name of our performance group. We wanted to, create community on Skid Row.
It's going to start the parade. Welcome, everybody.
I'm an accidental overdose survivor. I'm married to an accidental overdose survivor. I've lost a lot of friends and family to overdose, and I have reversed multiple overdoses in Skid Row. For folks that live on the street that are experiencing not only the trauma that brought them to the street, but the ongoing trauma of living on the street and being forced to survive.
So yeah, I had to learn how to fight a different way. So I fight through my art, and I am an artivist. I found my voice in Skid Row, and that was through the arts.
It didn't matter what I did, graduating from high school, graduating from college, going to play ball overseas, none of that mattered. I still was a black man once I got here, so why does it matter what I do? You sell drugs, you're not forcing anybody to buy them. Reagan took our mental health away and took away a lot of health care, so the people in the streets are doing the health care. The day everything changed for me, it was when I had my son. Because, and if I do certain things with my kids, then no one can change who I am to my kids, only I can. So it gave me a different purpose.
Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
OG Man has leaders that he puts in position to do things, to uplift the community, and Jeff was one of those. I think what takes a person to be a leader is waking up, knowing what's right, and then doing your...
I salute you, dearest black man, and give thanks and praises for being able to rise up with you to our righteous place among the masses. I commend you with reverence and honor in all that is.
I was a project on the sidewalk that the ladies were putting their time into, and the icebreaker of how we met each other was through the arts, regardless of what was going on. If it's a mural that's done by the community, then it can say a lot, because that means we're going to put something for people to understand where we're at.
The most talented people I've ever met, I met in Skid Row, in the Skid Row neighborhood.
I need to get brown.
It's wonderful, and it surprises people. I saw clients that conventional therapy didn't work for them, and I saw like a big difference in them, and they would say like, I'm so much better, like this has really helped me. So trauma-informed care really thinks about all those things.
It's not just homeless people that need to get healed. If people don't care for each other, then there's something very wrong. But people are looking for solutions and work through it because they are a community, and that's very special.
The stronger connections of community, the safer the community is, the healthier the community is. And we use the mantra in our prevention work that the opposite of addiction is connection.
This is the sound Coach Ron has been ringing whenever someone votes. It makes a difference in Los Angeles.
So the Skid Row Action Plan, we were supposed to come up with recommendations for the city and the county. The community is the mothership, and all those other services are the satellites that go around it. And without the community, you don't exist. So we did come up with a model, and they actually started working on that. And I think that we could make this a model community that other communities benefit from. Because Skid Row is pretty well known everywhere, and if we can do that, then it'll help all communities, all over the place, all over the world, globally.
We're going inside of one of the hotels and starting to put on programs, art programs, mentorships, defense classes, things of this fashion. So what's going to happen is the people, the grassroots, things are going to change hands from, not saying that the old who's been in before weren't great, but it's time for a new chapter of things to happen.
Absolutely rooted in harm reduction, whatever we can do to reduce harm. And I've seen amazing results for folks. Drugs and substances that alter the mind will continue to be here, but how do we heal enough that this isn't the only thing that makes you feel okay?
At the Downtown Women's Center, we see over 5,000 women and gender diverse individuals. That is about a quarter of the population that we're seeing who identify as those individuals out on the streets currently.
If we had all the resources that we need, we'll be able to house most of the people within a year.
Love would care to hear your story, not just feed you. Activism is wanting to see change and doing something about it. And I'm going to be a prisoner of hope. I've got to really focus on what I can do, because change starts with me. And if I can help one person at a time or at all, at least I'm doing something.
Skid Row's a mother. Like, she's giving me everything I wanted. And she just wanted me to come home. And just do well with my brothers and sisters at the house. Don't start any problems. What I've learned, bring it back to the house and teach. And then help others the same way I was helped.
I'm on the west coast in the poncho while it's raining. Sun's dried up, street sweepers out stainless. Gladys boy, yeah, cut those stamped it. Renegade, radical, slam ball bandit. Washington General, hell yeah, renegade. On a roll with a safety pin, never used a blade. Ever served out a tent while it's hell in the rain. I mean the haters and the ones out, but it's still draining. Baller, shooter, lot of big clippers. Call me the owner cause I can't stand niggas. Last dragon with the dough, shown up for goat. Get the most, never see me cause I'm downtown with the ninjas.
With the love.